Assalamu alaikum to all. So strength is this much only.
Yes.
All your friends went. Retire. Okay, retire from the class.
Tired, not.
Tired. Okay. Retire. Retire from the class. So today's anatomy lab is on foot and bones of foot. Okay. And so in the bones of foot, it includes tarsal bone, metatarsal, and the phalanges. Okay, tarsal bones, metatarsal, and the phalanges. Okay, so how many tarsal bones are there? There are 7 tarsal bones. Okay, so here first one is talus. Okay, talus and calcaneus here, calcaneus, okay, and navicular and cuboid and 3 cuneiforms, that is lateral cuneiform, intermediate and medial. This is a right foot. Okay, so if it is a right foot, this is medial side, isn't it? Medial side, medial cuneiform, intermediate and the lateral cuneiform, 3 cuneiforms and 1 cuboid. Cuboid bone, it is a lateral bone, and navicular. Navicular means it is a board shape. Okay, board shaped bone, medial bone, talus and the calcaneus. These are the tarsal bones. Okay, and metatarsal, 5 in number. Okay, and proximal phalanges, middle phalanges, and the distal phalanges. See here, talus, calcaneus, okay, and the navicular here, okay, and the cuboid, okay, and these 3 are the cuneiforms, medial, intermediate, and the lateral, okay, and this is cuboid, navicular, talus, and calcaneus. These are the tarsal bones, okay, and metatarsal and the phalanges. Okay, phalanges, metatarsal and the tarsal bones. Is it clear? Yes. That is in the part of tibia and fibula. It is related. Yes, on either side. Okay. Medial malleolus, it is by the lower end of the tibia. Lateral, it is by the fibula, isn't it? Medial malleolus and the lateral malleolus. So this forms the ankle joint. This is for the articulation with the lower end of the tibia, isn't it? So that forms the ankle joint. Is it clear about the bones of foot? Okay. Next is human foot performs 2 basic functions. That is, it supports the body weight. It supports the body weight and it acts as a lever as body forward during the locomotion. It acts like a lever for the locomotion, for the walking, isn't it? So 2 basic functions, that is weight bearing and the locomotion, for the locomotion. 2 basic functions of the foot, isn't it? Next is, what if the foot was provided with a single piece of strong bone instead of small pieces? Why? The series of small bones which make the foot as a segmented lever. Okay, so if there is a single bone, you can't walk in the uneven surface. Okay, and it won't provide a proper grip, isn't it? That is why it is segmented into the pieces. Okay, so that it accumulates with the whatever the you walk on the uneven surfaces. It has to hold the surface, isn't it? So these are the pressure points in the foot. Okay, pressure points in the foot. Pressure points. Next is arches of foot. So human foot is designed in the form of elastic arches. Elastic means it will stretch, isn't it? Elastic arches. So in this there is a longitudinal arch and the transverse arches. Longitudinal arches and the transverse arches. So in the longitudinal arches, medial and lateral arches. In the transverse arches, anterior arch and the posterior arch. These are the arches present in the foot. So functions of arches of foot: proportional distribution of the body weight. So it provides by the arches. It provides the proportional distribution of the body weight. Proportional distribution of the body weight, and plantar concavity of the arches protects the vessels and nerves in the foot. So it is like this, isn't it? Arch looks like a arch, isn't it? So that it provides a protection to the vessels and the nerves. Okay, and arched foot acts as a springboard which helps to jolting and jumping from the height. Okay, like a shock absorber. It is like a spring, isn't it? So arched foot acts as a segmented lever. Triceps surae acts on the simple lever. See there. So if it pulls, it propels, isn't it? Acts as a lever. And long and short flexor muscles acts on the segmented lever, exert their action on force foot during takeoff point, during the off the ground. Okay, it has to propel. And lumbricals. What are these lumbricals? In lecture class, it is covered between the tendons. Okay, flexor, distorum, tendon. The lumbricals are there, short muscles. Okay, lumbricals. Lumbricals. Okay, prevent the toes from the buckling under. Okay, so these presence of lumbricals prevents the buckling under. Okay. So each arch has a anterior and posterior end and summit, and anterior and posterior pillar and the joint of the arch. Next is medial longitudinal arch. So longitudinal arch, it is like this. So in the medial side, medial longitudinal arch and the lateral longitudinal arch. So this is a lateral side, isn't it? Lateral longitudinal arch and it is medial side, medial longitudinal arch. Okay, so medial longitudinal arch. So it has got anterior and posterior end, summit and the anterior pillar and the posterior pillar. Okay, and main joint of the arch. So the anterior end, it is formed by the heads of 3 metatarsal bones. So here is a metatarsal bone, head of the metatarsal, 3 metatarsal bone head. So here it is the anterior end. Okay, and the posterior end, here posterior end, it is medial tubercle of the calcaneum. So here is a calcaneum, medial end of the calcaneum, posterior end and the anterior end of the medial longitudinal arch. Is it clear? And the summit is trochlea, upper surface of the talus. Here, upper surface of the talus, it is the highest point, summit, highest point. Okay, summit, posterior end and the anterior end. Okay, and anterior pillar, it is by the shaft of the metatarsal bone. Okay, 3 metatarsal bone, shaft of a metatarsal bone. These are the pillar. Okay, pillars. Okay, anterior pillars, and the posterior pillar, it is by the medial part of the calcaneum. So it is also acts like a pillar from this point to this point, summit to this point, posterior pillar and the anterior pillar. It is by the shaft of the metatarsal bone. Okay, is it clear? And main joint of this arch is talocalcaneonavicular. Talocalcaneonavicular. This joint. Talus, calcaneus and the navicular. Okay. And talocalcaneonavicular joint. Joint of medial longitudinal arch. Okay. Main joint of the medial longitudinal arch. Is it clear? So this part, green color part, it is related to the medial longitudinal arch and the lateral longitudinal arch. Okay. Medial longitudinal arch and the red color lateral longitudinal arch. Okay. And here is a summit, anterior end and the posterior end. Okay. Next is lateral longitudinal.
Just about calculum and calcium after this one, in the exam, we don't know, we forget about the allocation of calculum because we don't have a window.
Just you have to identify the bone, all these tarsal bone, metatarsal bone.
Is going for exam or just for?
That depends. First you have to learn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whether it comes for the exam or not, we don't know.
That's a speed reading. We have a window with us, we can revision on the day. But if we don't, we can't revision. We forget that.
Okay. First we'll finish the class, then we'll talk about the exams. So this is about the lateral longitudinal arch. It has a same like anterior end, posterior end, and the summit, anterior pillar, and the posterior pillar. Same like medial longitudinal arch. So here is the lateral longitudinal arch. So this is medial, this is lateral, isn't it? So the anterior end, it is by the heads of fourth and fifth metatarsal bone. Okay, heads of, here are the heads of fourth and fifth metatarsal bone, anterior end. Okay, and the posterior end, it is the lateral tubercle of the calcaneum. Here, this is the calcaneum. Okay, lateral tubercle of the calcaneum. Posterior end of lateral longitudinal arch, anterior end of the lateral longitudinal arch, and summit, facet on the superior surface of the calcaneum. Facet here, facet on the superior surface of the calcaneum. Here, it is the summit. Okay, and the anterior pillar, it is by the shafts of fourth and fifth metatarsal bone. Anterior pillar and posterior pillar, here are the pillar. Okay, and posterior pillar, it is by the lateral part of the calcaneum. Lateral part of the calcaneum. Posterior pillar, anterior and posterior, and the summit. Okay, and the main joint of this arch, it is calcaneocuboid. Here, main joint. This is cuboid and the calcaneocuboid joint. This is a main joint of the lateral longitudinal arch. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Next is the transverse arch. So here, transverse arch. These two are the longitudinal arch. So transverse arch. Okay, transverse arch. So it has got anterior and posterior. The anterior, it is by the heads of the metatarsals. So the anterior, it is by the heads of the metatarsal bone, and posterior, a complete transverse arch, it is formed by the fusion of the both the foot. Okay, complete arch. Okay. See here, the transverse arch here by the heads of the metatarsal bone. And about the maintenance of arches of foot. So So the maintenance of these arches of foot, it is by the shape of the bone. Okay. So just I have compared with the bridge here. So bridge here. So this is just assume that the arch of the foot. Okay. Bridge. So shape of the stones here. Shape of the bone here. Okay. Shape of the stone. It is like this. Okay. With shape. And which shape stone with the thin edge anteriorly. Thin edge anteriorly. Which shape. Okay. So here the bones are also like this, isn't it? And the stone occupying the center of the arch is a keystone. So here the keystone here, it is the keystone here in the bridge, isn't it? Keystone. Similarly, in the medial longitudinal arch, it is by the talus, keystone. Okay. In the lateral longitudinal arch, it is by the cuboid, isn't it? Cuboid, keystone. Okay. It is like this. And lower edges of the stone are bounded by the metal staples here in the bridge, isn't it? Metal staples to hold the bridge, isn't it? Similarly, here it is by the tendon. It is by the tendons. It is by the tendons in case of arches of foot. Okay, tightly. The use of tie beams. The tie beam connecting the ends of the bridges and prevents the separation of the pillars and constant sagging of the arch. Isn't it? Constant sagging of the arch. And the suspension bridge, the multiple supports suspending the arch from the cable above here. Okay. Similarly, here it is by the tendons. It is by the tendon to suspend the bridge. Okay. Similarly, like here, the tibialis posterior and the peroneus longus. Okay. Tibialis posterior and the peroneus longus. These acts like the slings. Okay. It will pull the arch. About the maintenance of the medial longitudinal arch, again it is the based on shape of the bone. Okay. And intersegmental ties, it is by the ligaments like the spring ligament, long plantar ligament and the dorsal ligament. So in lecture class it is covered long plantar ligament, okay, short plantar ligaments. Okay. In between the tarsal bones, they are bound together by a ligaments. Okay. And tie beams, medial part of the plantar aponeurosis and medial part of the flexor digitorum brevis and longus and adductor hallucis and flexor hallucis longus and the brevis. These are the muscles in the layers of the foot. Okay. How many layers are there? 4 layers. Okay. So the plantar aponeurosis, it is closely bound with the skin, isn't it? And after that, first layer comes. In that first layer, the flexor, the digitorum brevis is present, isn't it? In the first layer of the soul. Yes.
Those things helps to maintain the medial.
Yeah, maintenance of the medial longitudinal arch. Maintenance of the medial longitudinal arch and sling support. It is by the tibialis posterior and the peroneus longus and the digitorum longus. Already I shown in the picture, previous picture. Okay, sling support for the arch of the foot. See here, sling support. It is by the flexor hallucis longus and the tibialis posterior here. Okay, sling support of the medial longitudinal arch. Okay. And next is maintenance of the lateral longitudinal arch, and it is by the shape of the bone. calcaneal angle of the cuboid. It is by the calcaneal angle of the cuboid here. Okay, and intersegmental ties long and short plantar ligament. Long and short plantar ligament inside. Okay, and tie beams lateral part of the plantar aponeurosis. Plantar aponeurosis. It is like this. Okay, and the digitorum brevis longus and adductor digiti minimi and flexor digitorum digiti minimi brevis. These are acts like a tie beams of the lateral longitudinal arch, and sling support it is by the peroneus longus brevis and the peroneus tertius. Okay, tendons of peroneus longus brevis and the peroneus tertius. Okay, lateral side, lateral longitudinal arch, sling support. Okay. See here, lateral sling support. It is by the peroneus longus and the peroneus brevis here. Okay, and this is cuboid. Here is the insertion point of the peroneus longus and peroneus brevis here. Okay, peroneus brevis, peroneus longus. These are acts like a sling. Here, long plantar ligament. Okay, and plantar calcaneoclavicular ligament, and this is plantar aponeurosis. And next is maintenance of the transverse arch. Again, it is by the shape of the bone. Width shape 3 cuneiform. Width shape 3 cuneiform bone, transverse arch, and the intersegmental ties. It is by the deep transverse ligament and dorsal interossei and adductor hallucis. So these acts as a ties between the tarsal bones to maintain the transverse arch, isn't it? And next is the sling support. It is by the tendon of peroneus brevis and tertius in the lateral side, and tendon of the tibialis anterior on the medial side. Already I have shown. Okay, peroneus longus and the tibialis anterior tendon. See here, these are the tendons, tibialis anterior and fibularis longus tendon. So these acts like a sling in the transverse arch. Slings, it will pull. Okay. This is about the arches of foot. Next is about the applied aspect. The talipus equinus. Here, in such cases, the patient walks on the toe. He won't touches the heel here. Walks on the toe and heel raised. Okay, walk on the toe. So, if he walks on the outer border, that condition is called talipus equinus varus. Talipus equinus varus, where if he walks in the inner border, that condition we will call it as talipus equinovalgus. Okay, talipus equinus. Talipus equinus means person walks on the toe without touching the heel on the ground. Okay, this is one condition. And next is talipus equinus. That is a talipus equinovarus. Talipo equinovarus, lateral border touches the ground, whereas talipus equinovalgus means the medial border touches the ground like this. Okay, medial border touches the ground.